Here's the deal. God is not a manifestation strategy. I'm Angela Nallman, a Catholic woman and business owner, and I know what it's like to try to grow your business without him. Like a lot of coaches, I fell into the New Age rabbit hole for a bit, but thankfully God brought me back from that. I have a whole video on it if you want to know. And the Rosary played a big role in that and bringing me back to Jesus and actually being able to invite him into my business. When I first became a coach, my faith was basically Sundays only type of faith, and during the week I was very worldly. Monday through Saturday, I was all hustle and strategy, and that worked for a while until it didn't. The success that once seemed really easy to me began to feel heavy, and the more I pushed, the harder it got, and I was tired, I was frustrated, and I knew one thing, that I didn't want to go backward. So I was not going back into the New Age movement and things like that I had used and relied on for so long. I didn't know what else to try. But what I did know is that I was a daily rosary person by this point. So I started doing the only thing I knew that had brought me any type of peace in my life, and that was praying the rosary. The more I prayed it, the more wisdom and clarity and courage I seemed to have to do things God's way. And over time, I noticed a real change in me, and that trickled into my business. So today I'm going to share with you 5 ways that the rosary helped me actually scale and grow my business in the way that strategy alone or manifestation, New Age practices ever could. Number 1, it helped me to slow down and stop rushing my decisions. So for years, my mornings started the same way. I'd roll over, I'd grab my phone, I'd jump straight into social media, and my brain would go on from there, 90 to nothing. And I honestly believed in order to double my business, double my clients and my revenue, I would have to double my effort, double how much I was posting, double the hours I was working, double the hustle. And so I lived in this constant more mode, and it's exhausting. Right? I couldn't even take time off and enjoy my family because of everything in the business depended on me constantly being on. When I started praying my rosaries in the morning instead of scrolling, everything seemed to slowly shift. That rhythm of the prayers slowly brought my thoughts in, centered me, softened my pace. Meditating on the life of Christ each morning reminded me that, you know what? I wasn't doing this alone. I didn't have to hustle my way through it. The closer I got to Jesus, the more I realized that he was right there with me, and it wasn't just me trying to grow the business. And so after I'd finished that decade, I'd feel that peace, that kind that says, nothing's going to fail. I've got you. You're not doing this alone. This is what we're doing together. And it really began to change how I led my business, my family, myself, right? It didn't make me lazy. It just made me steady, like steady. So the fruit I bared was consistent. Number 2 is I started really noticing God's gentle confirmations in my life. Once I began praying the rosary regularly, I started seeing these little ways God was guiding me. He was probably doing it all along, but I hadn't been moving too fast to see it. And it was the small things at first, like the right person messaging me at the exact moment I needed some encouragement, or a scripture verse that came up that reminded me about a lesson I was learning in my business or something like that. And, before I would have brushed those things off as coincidences, but the more I prayed, the more I recognized them for what they were. They were God saying, hey, I'm here with you. And there was this one in particular week where I was really debating on whether to host a new event, a new workshop, and I'd been really praying on it, and I'd been thinking on it, and I was starting to get real excited. So I took it to my rosary one morning, and I said, Lord, if you want me to do this, I need some kind of confirmation, because I'm getting super excited. And if this is not in your will, you got to tell me so I can go do something else before I get crazy excited for this thing here. What happened was I had a client message me, and she's like, hey, I just wanted you to know, when you kind of shared that little event idea you're going, I love that idea. And the direction you're going is so powerful. I want you to know I'm here for it, not going anywhere. And it was exact confirmation I needed so much. And I just was like, okay, Lord, I hear you. But it was the moments like that taught me to stop second guessing myself and start trusting when I bring him something in prayer, and he will confirm it in his own gentle way. And that's one of the things the rosary brought to me. The rosary also brought me resilience when things don't go as planned. Because let's be honest, business is a funny way of keeping us very humble. You can plan every detail, write out the perfect launch strategy, and it can still flop big. And I'll be honest, I used to take that very personally. If something didn't work out, I would spiral. I'd question myself. I'd question my calling. I'd question my skills, thinking maybe I wasn't cut out for this. Maybe I should be doing something different. I'd switch strategies, whatever. But when the rosary, when it became a part of my daily rhythm, something started to change in me. So the more I meditated on the mysteries of the life of Christ, the joys, the sorrows, the glories, all of his life, the more I realized, you know what? Setbacks aren't signs of failure. They're just part of that journey. Christ had them. And when you spend time walking through his suffering, through his resurrection, in prayer every day, your perspective shifts and you start to remember the parts that the hard parts have purpose. It just steadies us when we know that. It gives us hope instead of panic. It allows us to take a breath and say, okay, Lord, this door isn't opening. That's fine. Show me which one is. Point me the way you want me to go. And he does. Maybe not always right away, but he always does. And the Rosary has taught me that resilience, that it isn't about pushing harder. It's about trusting him deeper. The Rosary also gave me the courage to show up more boldly. I used to really tiptoe around faith in business. Growing up in the 80s, like we were taught, I remember being taught this, you don't talk about politics, money, or religion outside of your immediate family. So let's be honest, being a business coach and being afraid to talk about money was hard. And even just like, I remember the first time I went to talk about God on social media, I typed it and I stared at it. I deleted it. I typed it again. My stomach was in knots. I thought, what if this ruins my business? What if all the people that follow me start thinking I'm too churchy or I'm too weird, or remember me in my new age days and think I'm just a big phony, right? Don't know the growth I've been through. But praying the Rosary every day changed it. When we spend that much time meditating on Christ's passion, it stops being something that we just believe in theory, and it becomes something in you that you feel deep in your bones, right? It's personal. It's that personal relationship with Jesus, and it becomes something that you can't hide, not because it just doesn't make sense to anymore, but because it's a part of who you are. He's a part of who you are. The Rosary helped me to realize that connection I am with Jesus, that it wasn't just about me promoting myself or anything. I'm stewarding his calling. I'm connected to him. When you look at me, I want people to see him because it is who I am, and imperfect and all, right? And it got a whole lot easier when I stopped worrying about what other people thought and started focusing on just being faithful to him and who he made me to be. Number 5, it brought me fruitfulness that I could never have forced. I remember praying the Rosary. I did not start the Rosary to start getting clients or income, because what I was really looking for was, I was looking for Jesus. I was looking for clarity. I was looking for a closeness to God after that time of the New Age movement. But I began seeing fruit in every aspect of my life, including my business. I won't say it's all instant. It's not this flashy, magical moment, but it's this quiet growth that snuck up on me. And one day I realized, you know what? Hey, things are actually working. And sometimes it looked like clients reaching out, new clients, or other times it was opportunities that I couldn't even foreseen, like getting a contract with the university to help with a marketing course, things like that. And so it wasn't always about more money or more clients, but it was about more wisdom or more patience, or that nudge towards a direction that I would never have picked on my own. Through the Rosary, God kept reminding me of all this, that success wasn't just about this one little picture I had in my mind, that there was lots of ways for it to be in my life. And all I had to do is surrender to him to experience it. So my friend, I would tell you, rosaries did not drop blessings out of the sky, but it helped me walk in step with God, who gives the blessings. So friend, if you're in a place where you're tired of all the business coaches and gurus out there to tell you, just up your vibe, or, you just need to manifest your dreams, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to try any of that stuff. You don't have to try to play God anymore. God is fully capable of fulfilling the calling he has on your life. And all I have to do is we just have to cooperate. We just need to turn to him. And the Rosary is the best way I know how to do that. So if you've been trying to grow your business through your own effort, and you've wondered what it looks like to truly partner with God in your work, start small. Pick up your Rosary. I wear mine right here on my wrist. Pick up your Rosary. Let it quiet your mind. Let it refocus your heart and remind you that you're not building this business alone. And if you want help or have questions about how the Rosary can help you and through your entrepreneurial journey, just reach out. Be sure to like and subscribe, because coming in the next few weeks, we're going to start a series on the mysteries of the Rosary and how they're going to help you grow your online business by meditating and diving deep into the life of Christ. Till next time, my friend, remember, you will never regret growing your business with God, only leaving him out.